And now for my next number, I'd like to return to the
classic. Time.
What's up, vinyl community? Alex back again with another video. Yep, another vinyl finds video. This time around it's all going to be charity shop and like thrift store finds and things. And this is probably my best haul from charity shops in a very long time. And obviously this is not just one charity shop, it's like a spring of loads of them. There was like a period in time where I kept going back to the same store, the same charity shop, and kept finding loads of stuff, new stuff had been put out. I assume it was all the same collection. We're just waiting for the shelves to become a bit emptier, and I've been told I missed out on a lot of stuff, but still managed to get a few bits for, a few things anyway. So let's get into this video. Where do I begin? I really have no clue. I'm gonna start, well, with stuff from the British Heart Foundation, because that will probably be the best thing to do. As the one in Canterbury does. No, they have vinyl, but their selection is not very good. But yeah, these are all from the British Heart Foundation. Some of the stuff I'm obviously going to keep from my personal collection. Out of this lot, I'm going to show you the majority of it is for mine and my fiance's record business. Okay. Which I'll link down below. So let's get into it. I'm going to start with the stuff for the business, and then I'll show you the stuff that is for me. Well, I'll go through it shop by shop, but kicking it off, soundtrack to Saturday Night Fever. I know it's a pretty common soundtrack here in the UK, especially in our area, but this was a very, very nice mint copy. So I grabbed that. Very nice there. You never see them in that shape, like ever. Copy of Bridge Over Troubled Water, Simon and Garfunkel. I didn't have this one from them, but honestly, it's so common, and it is my least favourite from them, so I can just grab it anytime. Well, personally, my least favourite. I know a lot of people do like this album though, but it's so common, I decided I'm not going to grab it for my collection just yet. AC/DC's Blow Up Your Video. You don't see a lot of AC/DC stuff anymore. Some of the stuff in that collection was in these sleeves. More of the rock and metal ended up being in these sort of sleeves, but I did grab that one as well. I know it's not the most popular AC/DC album, but anytime I find AC/DC, I'll pick them up because I know how hard they are to get hold of. John Denver, Poems, Poems, Prayers and Promises. This is the album that has Take Me Home Country Road on it. And again, this is another one I was debating on whether to keep for myself or not, just for the song Take Me Home Country Road.
Great song.
But I realised I don't really need a whole album for one song. I'll just track down the single somewhere, maybe. Simply Red, A New Flame. This was a nice mint copy till I ripped off the label and realised there was residue on there from an old label, but it's still sellable. But yeah, nice copy there. Simply Red sells really well, I don't know why. Bee Gees, Spirits Having Flown. I always pick up Bee Gees stuff, I love it, but this is a great album from them. I love it anyway. Ymt Black Tiger. You don't see Ymt stuff really, so again had to grab it, and it's another one that was in one of these sleeves. So that's the stuff from the British Heart Foundation for the business.
Why are you rushing?
Because I've got a lot to get through.
You don't have to rush.
I know, I'm trying to get everything in one video if I can. Sorry if I'm rushing, I'm trying to get everything in one video. But you guys can pretty much see the stuff anyway. But this stuff's all for me. Go West, their debut. I only picked this album up for the song Call Me, which I heard on the radio a couple months ago while I was in the car with my dad. And I realised I like every single song on this album, and so yeah, I was like, yep, keeping that one for me. Go West. I found another copy of Stevie Wonder's Inner Visions. This is my third copy of this, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a little comparison of the 3 pressings I have and figure out which one sounds the best, and I'm going to keep that one for myself and probably sell on the other 2. But this is what was listed on Discogs as the superior pressing, so we'll find out about that one. But it is on my favourite variation of the Motown label, the white and the yellow and brown Motown label. I do love that label quite a bit. It's the American label. And so anytime I find something with that label, I will grab it because, like I said, it's my favourite variant of the label. So, yep, that's my third copy of Inner Visions. And like I said, I'm gonna do a little sound comparison of the 3 copies I have and keep the best sounding one.
I just found out this is a bear.
Oh, scary looking bear. I have a couple, I also have the Great Escape soundtrack. And the only reason I have this is because my uncle used to love this movie. And it is a great film score as well. Yeah, it's a reissue on the Golden Film Series record label, which do loads of like, well, they did a Magnificent 7.
That stinks and you're waffling around.
Sorry. They did a Magnificent 7 soundtrack reissue. This is, so they always do really good quality reissues. But this is a great one. Not an original, unfortunately. It's like a early 70s repress, but really, really good. Yeah, one I was going back and forth with between myself and the business, but this was the one I ended up keeping for myself because I do love that film score. I have a couple of 7-inch singles as well, and I have one I'm still debating on, but I'll let you guys will obviously see it in just a sec. The first one I found is Stevie Wonder's Do I Do. Didn't have this 7-inch yet, and it is one of my favourite Stevie Wonder songs. Probably is my favourite Stevie Wonder song, so to have it on a 7-inch is brilliant, and it's backed with Rocket Love. Had to grab that one. Now, this is the 7-inch I'm going back and forth with, and the only reason I'm going back and forth with is because I keep thinking to myself, how often am I really going to play this 7-inch single? Yeah, it's a popular song where I am, but I mainly play it in my MP3 sets. I don't know how often I play in a vinyl set though, and that's Wonderwall by Oasis on a 7-inch. Back with Round Our Way. Yeah, I think it's an original pressing of this. It is on Creation. And this is what probably makes this, single-handedly made this the best haul ever. Just because of what this single goes for now. And for that reason alone, I am debating on getting rid of it. For the business, because I don't reckon I'll be playing it that much. But this is the reason this is probably the best haul I've ever had. this Oasis single, and then obviously things like YNT and what have you. But yeah, Oasis, Wonderwall. I'm still deciding what to do with this, but I'm leaning more towards selling this on the business than I am for keeping it for myself. But yeah, Oasis, Wonderwall. That was a great find. I do have one record from a car boot sale, and I saw it straight away and I knew I had to grab it. That's Legend by Bob Marley. Always sells this album, so I had to grab it. Great compilation, one of my favourite best of compilations ever, so grab that one.
I've had my hair up for a solid week, so it's going to be itchy when it gets down.
Okay. Luckily I have a copy of Legend already, so I can sell that one, but yeah. These next four are all from the crap, I forget what charity shop it is, but they're all from the same charity shop. In fact, so are these two as well, which I'll also show. 4 for the business, 3 for me. So let's get onto the 3 for the business and 3 for me. I thought there was one more, but there isn't. Soundtrack to The Woman in Red. This did have a much dirtier cover, but I ended up swapping it out for my one. Just because, you know, I don't mind having a cover with, you know, a little bit of scuffing on it. But this is a really nice copy of that album. A copy of Keith Sweat, Make It Last Forever. And he's from the same sort of time period as Bobby Brown was coming out. And produced by Teddy Riley, who did all the stuff who produced a lot of the stuff from Guy and Bobby Brown and all those other New Jack Swing artists that were coming out around that same sort of time. This album's brilliant. Probably Keith Sweat's best album. Probably, in my opinion, Keith Sweat's best album. But yeah, definitely worth checking that one out if you like New Jack Swing. And then a copy of Chinese Wall by Philip Bailey, because I always find this, and it's produced by Phil Collins, oddly enough. Has Easy Lover on it as well, which does feature Phil Collins, and yeah, Phil Collins plays the drums on this album as well. Love that album to death. Next up is the stuff I'm keeping for myself from the same charity shop. The Riddle by Nick Kershaw. Didn't have the album, only had the 12-inch single, so happily picked that one up. And then Roberta Flack. I believe this is just called Roberta Flack. No, it's not. If Ever I See You Again, it's called. Which is also the name of one of the songs on here. But yeah, I love Roberta Flack. Love her voice. She's also a great pianist, so I'll always pick up her stuff. And the final thing I grabbed for myself from that charity shop bunch is George Benson's Weekend in LA. I collect George Benson stuff. He's one of the few artists I try and get like everything of, and this is one I was missing for that collection, so I decided to grab that and add that to my collection. So yeah, definitely a good pick up there. Okay, this next lot of stuff is all from the local Oxfam charity here in our town, and everything in here except for 2 is for the business. So I'll start with the 2 that are for me, and then I'll get to the 2 that are for the business. The Jackson 5, Joyful Jukebox Music. Never seen this album before. Don't really know much about it, but I picked it up because it was the Jackson 5, and it's a radio library copy. and cut up in the corner, which I think is really nice. 1976 is the year on this. Yeah, back when record libraries were a thing. It's still got that sticker on there, as you can see, not very clearly. Record library. But yeah, very good. Don't know much about this album, like I said, but it was nice, and it was a Jackson 5 album I didn't own yet, so I grabbed that, of course. And the other thing I grabbed, which is on my Instagram already, is Keep the Fire by Kenny Loggins. This has the massive single This Is It on it, which obviously features Michael McDonald on vocals on that track. I think I've only ever seen a copy of this album once before and didn't really know what it was, and now I know what it is. I grabbed it, and yeah, I have a copy of that for my collection now, so I am super stoked to own a copy of this for my personal collection, and cannot wait to give that a few more spins. Right, everything else here is for mine and my fiance's record business, and then we'll get to the rest of the stuff in just a moment. I found a copy of Steely Dan's Countdown to Ecstasy. Steely Dan stuff is harder and harder to get hold of, especially since Walter Becker passed away back in 2016. But yeah, Steely Dan's Countdown to Ecstasy. Funny enough, the first Steely Dan album I ever owned, but that's kind of why I have a soft spot for it, but still a good album. Anything Steely Dan's good, really, but I have that one. Also for the business, copy of Weather Report's Heavy Weather. You don't see Weather Report stuff around a whole lot, so had to grab that one. And speaking of Weather Report, they did have another album as well, their self-titled album. So that was good. I found a copy of Breakfast in America by Supertramp, but I didn't notice the cover damage on it, so what I might do is swap the cover on this one for the cover on my copy and sell that one. Because I didn't notice the cover damage when I bought it, and it wasn't until I got it home that I realised, oh wait. But these things happen, and you just don't see Supertramp albums in charity shops. So I grabbed it. It's still a really good album, mind you. And then I did also grab the Jackson 5, or the Jacksons Triumph, the album with Can You Feel It and Heartbreak Hotel on it. That's also for our business. So there's them. And the rest of these, I really don't remember where these came from, but there's a great selection in here. Oh, actually there's one in here I do remember where it came from, because it was in a random stack of loads of Andy Williams and Val Lunican and things like that. It's Lilo Thomas, Sexy Girl on 12-inch. It's backed with Settle Down, the extended remix, which I don't think I have on a 12-inch, but it also has You're a Good Girl on the flip side, which is my favourite Lilo Thomas track, and I didn't have it on a 12-inch. So that's the main reason I picked that one up from the Demelza charity shop in Canterbury. Decided to grab that because it was literally half price in their sale, and it was just in a random box of, like I said, Andy Williams and David Essex and things like that. So you know, the stuff you normally see, and James Last and things like that. But nice to see Lilo Thomas in there. So let's get to the last stuff here. And I'm going to save that one at the back there for last, because that is for me, and that's probably my favourite find of this whole thing. But everything here is for the business that I'm going to show you right now. REM, Green. This has, where is it? Orange Crush on this album. Good album from them. I actually like that one, but I see that album quite a lot, so I'm willing to let it go. Santana's first album, with the really cool cover. What do you think?
Oh, that's creepy.
It's a really cool cover. Yeah, Santana's first album. Black Sabbath Greatest Hits on NEMS. Which, not gonna lie, I was thinking of keeping this for myself, but I'd rather have all the individual albums, personally. So I can let that one go. ELO's Discovery. This one has the poster in it, so that was a nice find. I think this one has the poster in it. I don't remember anymore. You know what? I tell a lie, it doesn't. I thought it did. My bad.
Why are you talking like that?
I don't know. But this one doesn't have the poster in it, like I thought it did.
Talk like a computer.
My bad. Anyway, almost there. Did find a really nice copy of Eagles' Greatest Hits.
I was looking for number for ages and I'd already found it all.
Yep. I have a copy of this my girlfriend gifted to me, so I didn't need this anymore. So, yeah, this is for the business. Copy of In the Dark by Grateful Dead. You don't see Grateful Dead stuff. I'm not the biggest fan of theirs, to be honest. I like Live Evil, I think it's called. No, it's... What's it called? I don't remember. I like American Beauty. And their first live album I really like as well. But I'm a bit hit and miss with a lot of their stuff. But yeah, In the Dark by Grateful Dead. You just don't see their stuff around a lot, so grab that. And a copy of And Then There Were Three by Genesis. Because, you know, they're Genesis. Okay, one more thing and then we're done with this video. And then we can get to listing some of the stuff on our Instagram.
Yeah.
This last album I'm going to show you. This was on my top 100 albums of all time.
I don't have internet, so I can't go on Instagram.
We'll do it later then. This album was in my top 100 favourite albums of all time. And I didn't have a copy of it when I filmed that video. And now I have a copy of it, and I'm kind of regretting filming my top 100 when I did, because now I've got loads more albums that were missing off of that list. But hey. But yeah, this is literally... You don't see stuff like this in a charity shop. Ever. And I was lucky to find this. It's Paid in Full by Eric B. and Rakim. An original UK pressing from 1987. Really, really good album. I love it. It's obviously got, I Know You Got Soul, Paid in Full, Move the Crowd, I Ain't No Joke, Eric B. is President is on here. Great classic 80s hip hop album. One I really love. Like I said, it made my top 100. I think it even made it into my top 50 somewhere. I can't quite remember where I put it now, but I know it made it into the top 100. And now I have a copy of it in my collection. And I cannot be happier because I was looking for it for a long time. And I finally found one at a good price. So yeah, there it is. Eric B. Rakim's Paid in Full. Finally in my collection. So yeah, that's it for this video. There was a lot of stuff to get through, so like I said, I apologize if I was rushing. I tried to fit everything in one video. I'm glad I did. A lot of the stuff here didn't really need explanations, as you guys know a lot of these albums already, I'm assuming. It's just obviously just the stuff for myself I needed to kind of explain a bit more about, but hey, what can you do? That's it for this video, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys again very soon. Peace.